Peace, reflections. I am you, and you are I, universe. Hold up, let me change this real quick.
Can you guess what it is? It's the Book of Mormon.
Don't no one give a fuck. Look at this
The
shapeshifter
missionaries
ass.
from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints will hand deliver it to you, just like they did for
For
me.
those who have the eyes
Tell
to
them to
see
help you
clearly,
find
you can
someone.
see she look freaky. Trying to push that Christianity spell and shit on me. Talking about the Book of Mormon, nigga. But now, yeah, peace to God, you feel me? I'm just in my kitchen with it. I'm just here vibing, you feel me? I try to just post a video, a reaction video, and it hit me with a copyright strike. And I realized that I'm gonna just have to just keep channeling from the soul like I've always done it. I'm gonna just have to pour all this out my soul, you feel me? All I need is a camera. All I need is a mic. I don't even need that. I can do this shit in real life on the street. That's how I really want to do it, but I just need to build up the audience so I get known. I need to build up the audience so I get a platform so that way I can carve my way in this realm and establish my own, like, you feel me? My own foundation. I can, buy land, get a whole structure going, like get a whole operation going. Like I'm trying to build so much in this matrix, you feel me? I just want to go in here and channel from the soul with y'all. I want to go in here and just start pouring out from the soul. I want to be a vessel for the ancestors. I want to be a vessel for these cosmic truths within this grand awakening. I want to tap in and pull all these energies from these higher realms and pour it out my soul to y'all. I am the soul, so I want to pour it out of I to y'all. See, we don't have a soul. When you say my soul, that means you don't understand that you are the soul reflection. How can you have something that you are? You are the soul. You have a spirit if you're a black or Latino, a so-called black or Latino. Because really we're Anunnaki gods and goddesses, and this is Planet Kai for Anunnaki, that which we are. Anunnaki gods and goddesses. Anunnaki, Anunnaki, same shit, different pronunciations. Just like you can say attribute and attribute, same word, different pronunciations. Attribute, attribute. You know what I'm saying? But so within that being said, yo, I'm trying to foster a relationship with self deeply, open up my chakras, my energy channels, so that way I can just pour out. Stop thinking so much and just pour out. You feel I'm awakening. I'm still in the process of awakening. I'm a student above all. I'm a rising master teacher, but I'm still a student above all. I'm a rising master teacher. That means within this body, I've fallen in frequency like the rest of us have. I've been susceptible to light code lockdown, and now I must reclaim and rise back into I's power by raising I's frequency, unlocking I's memory and genetics, remembering who I am on a soul level, on an astral level, on a cosmic level, who I truly am. I have to tap into these higher energies, these cosmic forces, sit with the ancestors, and within that all, that is where it is that I will be guided where I need to be guided to activate as power. So I am a rising master teacher, but I am a student above all. I come on here humbly, and I want to be a platform for all the gods and goddesses and high vibrational beings on this planet to be called to. I want to release my energy as a beacon to call high vibrational beings. We all are searching for somewhere to go, for us all to collect. They tore down gods like Rashad Jamal and other reflections, even though the God's going to be free. Free Rashad Jamal till it's backwards, you feel me? Until he's free. Free Rashad Jamal until it's Rashad Jamal free. Get what we saying? That's what we mean when we say until it's backwards, you feel me? So within that being said, they tear down all our leaders. They keep killing our movements, and then we scatter around like a bunch of ants trying to pick up the pieces and rebuild. But within that being said, we need to learn how to move smarter and smarter and smarter. We learn from our wrongs, and we learn how to plug those holes. The ways they infiltrate us, we plug those weak spots, and we come back even stronger, understanding the tactics of the enemy. The same way they study us, COINTELPRO, they study how to infiltrate us on the deepest of levels. We must study how to understand our enemy and their tactics on the deepest of levels to prevent the same ways that they have destroyed all of our movements in the past. So within that being said, I open this within the energy of being called to be a beacon to pull all high vibrational beings within this planet and create this platform. Yeah, to create this platform for us all to be called to, because we are in this matrix and it's very easy to get hit with this deception in front of us, these illusions, you feel me? To pull you back into a state of sleep, to pull you back into a state of just taking the blue pill and going with your day to day, not taking any of this shit seriously. Meanwhile, it's affecting you either or. Whether you're aware of it and you're in the reality of freeing yourself from it, or you're within it and being ignorant to it and willingly participating in your own destruction, either or, it's still affecting you. It's like if you're aware that your water is poisoned, but it's only poisoning you slowly, so you do not immediately have a fatal reaction. So within that being said, when you drink said water, and this is a metaphor, you are going to feel the effects of drinking such thing, whether you're aware of it or not. That is the reality we sit in. Whether you're fighting against all these things around you placed to destroy you, on a mental level, a physical level, a spiritual level, whether you're fighting against it or participating in your own destruction, it is still affecting you on all levels, seeping into your body and soul and spirit and mind on all levels. So within that being said, raising within this matrix, especially when it is that you are within these cities and towns, within the heart of Babylon, within these developed countries above all. Because when you rise, you're still within this system. So any energy and frequency you're building up, let's say you go out into nature, where it is that you can attain the highest of frequencies, because as the purest of energies to tap into within the nature of the magic of our planet, the natural atmosphere of our planet, these clean high vibrational energies that we're naturally supposed to be in, that feed you and your body, and they put your body aligned into the frequency of what's meant for your biological avatar. What I mean is all the things that is in the air, the soil, the feeling you get when you sit outside, and you're even having technology, everything that's happening at this point, we are guinea pigs for it. We don't know what's going to happen to us. These generations putting our babies in front of a phone, all this shit, so much mental destruction, so many different effects are going to start seeping in and being seen and talked about in generations to come, just based off technology alone. And that's on high hopes, because they're decaying everyone at a high rate to where it's becoming a beyond idiocracy. You know the movie Idiocracy, where everyone's so fucking dumb? And I don't say that in a harsh way. I don't say fucking. I'm just speaking raw. Like that movie was talking about how like everyone was getting dumbed down at a massive rate. You feel me? They were feeding the plants Gatorade in that movie, and they forgot they had to pour water on it. And the person who was average intelligence today was a genius in that movie. He had a 90 IQ. In the future, everyone was like mentally retarded, like literally, not even like in a derogatory word of the word retarded. The IQ of the level of the people in that movie was actually the level of retardation, through all the horrible food, through all the dumbing down, through the dumb ass slop within the shit we watch, through all the bullshit, the mind rot, the brain rot, right? And you see it taking place in real time. There's many different plots they put in their movies that, how did they know this shit? Because they were already setting up the agendas, they already saw it coming, and they were spellcasting it in reality. That's the real movie magic reflection. We are the ancient beings that manifest reality. So whatever they show us, tell us, and put into us, we cast upon reality. For all comes from the soul originally. The original beings manifest reality, and we alter the particles around us to shift and shape reality. You feel I? So within that being said, when they showed us these things in their movies, they were also speaking life into it by getting us to look at it and breathe power into it and literally see the reality they want to manifest upon us. You feel I? And that connects into this whole transhumanism age, where it is that it's said that beyond them first vaccinating us and taking the indigenous beings into a humanoid state where they alter our God genetics, because we have DEA, deoxyetheric acid, we have the genetics that our plants do. We are plant-based beings. If you start to study into the science of plants, the chloroplast, the cells of plants, the way they go through photosynthesis, the way they create all the elements they need, they're self-sustained, generating factories of life, where it is that they absorb all the elements in the air, the soil, and everything around them through the root system and the ecosystem of our planet to feed themselves. They pull water from the air, energy from the air, light from the air, and they pull energy from the grand source of energy, which is the sun. And if you understand that everything is vibration, energy, and frequency, and we are merely in a reality of different densities of energy manifesting in a different frequency, then you understand the source is the generator, the grand generator of all reality. All matter around us is different forms of light codes from the sun, different forms of light. Yeah, got you. Everything around us within material matter and higher forms of matter that the eye cannot see or your physical senses cannot pick up on, for 99% of all is outside of the physical, so 99% of life isn't even in your physical perception to perceive until it is that you rise into higher realms and open your third eye and astral body to be able to perceive these things that vibrate on a higher frequency. For your soul body in the astral plane is merely your higher vibrating body. You feel I? And so within that being said, as is that you tune into these deeper levels and you understand that everything is generated from the sun. My ancestors were not sun worshippers. We made the sun our reflection. The sun is one giant soul, a piece of all our souls. It is a solar generator. It is divine technology. This is why they have solar panels. This is why we are in a solar system. Souls in every single one of those words. In fact, the word sun comes from the word soul. S-O-N, S-O-L. I mean, S-O-L. Yeah, S-O-L. So yeah, sun comes from soul. If you hear anything in the background, that's my human being mother, and I don't understand the energy of interfering with what I'm not even saying it's interference, but it's also like lack of awareness and not taking what I do serious when it is that we're in a literal maze designed for our self-destruction. But within that being said, I'm just awakening within it all, and I seem odd to people who are so used to sickness that they call it normal, but normal within itself is sick. And that is not to judge the people who are within it, for I am within it as well. It is merely to try to speak in whatever way I can to speak up while it is that we're walking towards our own destruction. But it isn't our own destruction, it's us being guided towards destruction as a whole. For evil people, wicked within the intention of trying to pick us all off. Not even to say it in that type of way, it's more so just raping the whole planet. And I use rape in a way of extreme taking in a way beyond just, like, you feel me, just, oh, they came and plundered and they looted, like it's to a whole different level. So I'll use rape in a way of like the energy of how it is when someone, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's a horrible action, and that means rape within itself is an act of taking in an extreme egotistic way, right? A horrible way, right? The way they came to our lands and they take all the resources, they are raping the planet herself. And I understand that planet Kai is alive, nature is alive. So that's why I say rape, because I sit with my planet and I feel her frequency very deeply. I understand that the root network in the planet is modeled after the neural system in my brain, and she sends literal electrical signals through her root system, because little do you know, every single tree is all connected. Every single plant is all connected, and it's Mother Universe who is the consciousness that speaks through the plants. She's the creator that guides everything. What tells the soil to grow the orange, to know how to grow it, to know what it is, to put everything within it that's really meant for your body. that isn't food. Food is specifically this human being's creation. Human being, again, being white people made in the image of I species through eugenics, cloning. The same technology his creation has, Zeus has. You see these human being scientists with all their technology right now tearing all through our planet, creating all types of hybrids and genetically splicing, and all day long they're doing all types of shit while they keep you away from it, and they keep you all distracted with celebrities and brain dead music and social media. But they're all up in our planet, focused on what really matters, using all their technology to study everything all day long, to tear up in the planet, to change the environment, to create all this GMO, genetically modified bullshit. So the same technology they have now, my ancestors had. We are in a primitive state. We've fallen in frequency ever since they invaded Ice Planet. This is the realm of Atlantis. We're on the ancient continent of Atlantis. Peace to the God Malcolm X, the transcended God, the transcended reflection Malcolm X. When he said Plymouth Rock landed on us, he was getting at the fact that these beings landed on us, like they came on us. They came on us. We didn't. It wasn't no we. It wasn't no we landing on nothing. This is why they say Christopher Columbus discovered a new world. My bad, I was tongue-tied. They say things over your head all the time, and you think they're just paraphrasing. They're just saying things on accent, just like they say in their Bible. And they say it every time, and every single... How many times did they remake the Bible, but they kept that in it to say, let us make man in our image? They done made how many versions of the Bible, but they never changed that, huh? In the Bible, people don't even read what they think they believe. And in the Bible, it tells you that the earth is flat. It says God split the waters above from the waters below, and we live in a firmament. But you believe they really went to the moon. You know the real cosmos, you enter that through the ocean, right? And the cosmos is really a giant, is water, right? Because above the physical realm, what is it? Liquids? No, this is science. When you rise into higher planes, you enter the liquid realm, and then it goes into the gas realm, and it goes beyond and beyond. And so when you really tap in and sit with self, you enter out of this reality through portals in the ocean and through different portals in the forest and different portals. But we are in a realm, a plane, stacked in the middle between planes above and planes below. Every planet consists of 9 planes, 9 being the highest number. And every number after 9 is repeating. This is divine science. This is metaphysical science. My ancestors gave these human beings numbers. We gave these human beings the alpha beta system because we were the alphas giving the betas a form of communication for their self and for us to communicate with them. For we communicate telepathically. But to be able to communicate with these human beings who cannot communicate telepathically, we created the alphabet system. So within that being said, peace to everyone who's tapping in. Peace to all the gods and goddesses of Planet Kai. I protect I's energy, and I do not feed into any form of agents, trolls, or low vibrational spirits of distraction, or just possessed low vibrational beings within their low vibrational frequency. I speak indirectly, in general terms, to address it once and for all, and in the ways I address it when I feel pulled to. Because I will weed through to be able to pick high vibrational comments. But within that being said, a lot of the people on here are literally bots speaking about random shit. And a lot of it be CIA, a lot of it be not even how it appears, because you have no idea who made that account, you have no idea who owns the internet. A lot of this shit is monitored, and they control the airwaves. Lucifer, who is not Satan, Lucifer and Satan are 2 different beings. This must be understood on a deep level. Lucifer is Satan's top general, along with Lilith, but they're 2 different beings. Lucifer was a powerful archangel that was swayed to Zeus's / Satan's side. Within that being said, Lucifer controls the airways, as well as they have their whole hands in the music industry. But when they say Lucifer controls the airways, what they're getting at is the ether, right? The internet tunes into the ether, which is a divine science of I's planet, which The people who use the internet and the phones and computers, they don't even question what the internet is tapping into, but it's connected to something called the cloud, right? Now, what is the cloud? The cloud is connected to the data bank of my planet. They're tuning into the data bank which already exists outside of the internet, which is a living consciousness that stores everything, a living memory bank in my planet. This is what I'm getting into when I say my planet's alive. This is what reflections are getting at when they talk about the Akashic records, right? So within that being said, the cloud is a living data bank, but it's also like a pathway, a whole ocean of different frequencies traveling throughout the ether, thoughts, creations, ideas, beings traveling through the ether. The Ethernet is what the internet is modeled after. The computer is a physical manifestation to tune into a physical lower frequency manifestation on the physical realm of what the Ethernet is, which is what your imagination is connected to as a soul. So when you imagine as a soul, you are pulling from the Ethernet and you are inside of the Ethernet. You are connected to the whole cosmos around you, for everything comes from you and everything is you, for everything is energy and you are living energy, aware of itself. So everything is energy, but you are the thing in energy that's moving itself, that's aware of itself, that's permeating divine intelligence, that's above itself, within itself, all around itself. So within that being said, that is why it's literally called the universe, and that's why I say peace, reflection, I am you and you are I, universe, because spark your soul and spirit by hearing I look at you and say universe, because it's you. Literally, this is how words are spelled. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything is lined up. Like, how did that get lined up to be the very thing that defines the reality of fabric we live in? We live in this thing. The giant grand encapsulating thing we are within is called the universe, but the word they created to call it is the universe. You get what I'm saying? The truth is in everything because it's all aligned. So they had to make a word that literally was it, because the thing it is what it is. So they called it the universe because it's literally what it is. Everything is energy. But so we live in a physical matrix of corrupted light codes within light code lockdown, where it is that they have created an artificial habitat within the true habitat of nature. Nature doesn't even look like what it looks like when it is when we're on these plantations. We're in literally modern day plantations. We're in set parameters, lines drawn up to keep us boxed in. You can't go outside of these cities and towns. You don't get into real nature. You go on nature reserves. Nature they already scouted and been through, and then set up a little, setup to where you walk in and someone owns the land and they got everything, all trails and everything. Everything's already been scouted and surveyed and walked through. You don't ever get real unmonitored, untouched nature. You don't know what your planet really looks like. We live in some real George Orwellian dystopian Big Brother shit. 1984 times 9. Crazy thing is, I read 1984 when I was like 14. Tell me why they banning that book now. They banning that book in places like the UK. That's a very powerful book, even though it's talking about some physical shit, like some physical government. Like, it talks about government corruption, but it talks about it on like a logical, physical, intellectual way. You know, I'm way beyond that now. Like, now I'm on my whole, if you want to call it spiritual. Nothing I do is even spiritual, because it's really just about the truth of life, understanding what life is outside the box of life they told us that life is. So I am life itself, feeling higher energies of life, and all these things I always felt that they just had me disconnected to, and that they lied to me about, and they kept I away from all these things, all these sources that they were used to manifest their reality, all these magical energies of life. They were tapping into it, these elites, these people who run Hollywood and people who run these mega corporations and the people who are engineering the narrative of society. They use the energy of my planet to hold dominance over this realm. They are powerful witches, warlocks, and gatekeepers. They are workers of Satan. And they use everything within the corrupted low vibrational energy, right? But then they keep us out of tune with the magic of nature. Magic is literally just magnetic science. Magic is literally science. Magic isn't even what you think. Like magic is, you get what I'm saying? Magic is science that you don't understand yet. When you understand life deeper and deeper and deeper, and you understand how to control the elements around you through understanding what it is, research and going into what everything is, you understand the fabric of everything around you and the truth of everything around you and how it is that you truly are a god. If you are a so-called carbonated being, if you are a so-called black or Latino, you feel me? Universe itself manifests into this physical reality, literally. And then these human beings, these white people, they are made in our image. They are anciently supposed to be like us. And this is where it is that we were trying to tune them in. But that's a whole deeper story. We were trying to get these white people to gain a soul. That's the real Pilgrim and Indian story, you feel I? So within that being said, as y'all can see, I'm tapping in, I'm raising my vibration. And just rising in this matrix. You feel me? Trying to keep your energy when it is that you gotta walk back in these concrete jungles, walk back in these houses, walk back in this whole trap set up around you to keep your energy boxed in. I walk back in the house where all this shit for my destruction is sitting all up in the cabinet. And it's something that I ate my whole life before I became awake, and it was massively addictive, so it's like it was already set up for me to fail. Like, genuinely, the shit they have working against us, we are very powerful. So when you tune in, you can outdo it all. You feel me? It's just a matter of trying to raise your vibration from such a low state. Once you're in that low state, it takes a while to get the ball moving. You feel me? Once you build up motion, it's easy to build up more motion. Once you're running fast, it's easier to get faster. What I'm saying is, if you're already super slow, the slowest part of your journey is going to be rising up from the slowest parts that you're in. So when you're in a low vibration, when you're super depressed spiritually, when you're in a super low frequency, when you got all these archons feeding on your energy, right? When you're in a general low frequency, it's going to be the hardest to rise up from said low frequency. Once you already start building light force, once you start getting up from that low frequency, it's like, okay, it's getting easier now. Now I got my shit going, you feel me? You feel me? Now you can throw jabs with these spiritual devils, you feel me? Like, you can get your 1 and 2s off. You're not just a victim to this shit. You start opening up your spiritual eye and seeing what you're in for real, for real. You feel me? So we're navigating a real life matrix. Don't let this system fool you. It's easier to keep going back to sleep. You feel I? Peace to you, Jeru Darmel. Thank you for the subscription. You feel me? We got a bunch of bots in here. They're sending bots into the live. You gotta know them when you see them. You feel me? We don't even feed energy into it. They're talking about random shit, and then we got some real people tuning in too. So peace to all the real people, the real souls in here, the real reflections. I send y'all all good energy. You feel I'm just here tuning in. You feel my soul was telling me to tap in and tune in. Like I said, I tried to post a reaction video, but they hit me with a copyright claim. I'm not even gonna, I don't even know how I'm gonna set that all up. Cause I'm not even trying to have to nitpick and figure out what I can watch and what I can't. Like, I just wanna get on here and flow. If y'all ain't gonna let me just do what I want to do with with watching videos and shit, I'm just gonna have to pour this out the soul like I always do. I'm just gonna have to keep it raw like I always do. That shit's just to build off of something. I don't really need any of that shit. I was just gonna use that to stir up y'all soul a little bit, but it's really all coming from I'm the real teacher in this bitch. I'm the real one who really got the eyes to see this matrix. I'm where all this shit's coming from. I'm the portal for the ancestors to speak through. I don't need nothing outside of I to speak this truth, to speak this high frequency. So I'm just tapping in y'all and building up my life force. You feel me? I'm getting my energy right. I'm gonna be coming on here doing a lot more. You feel me? And it's all gonna be within the frequency of aligned to my actual mission outside the music. Like, the music is cool and all. We'll always do the music, but it's just gonna be fit into the journey. Like, it's gonna be a piece of the journey. Like, I'm gonna use the music to try to, you feel me, make actual, real, thought-provoking songs that contain spiritual energy, high vibrational music, like things that feel good to the soul if I even do music. Like I'm trying to even get away from freestyling. If I'm gonna make music, let me sit down with a pen or a pencil and construct something that's actually valuable and full of worth and actually solid, and make it something that's actually really, that stands the test of time, that's replayable, that has a real deep message in it that stirs the soul, instead of just wasting my energy possessed by some spirit. Because that's really what it feels like when I be freestyling. It's like I'm just pouring out my life force. I'm just in a loop. Like I can freestyle good sometimes, but at the same time, that should be just like a distraction. Because I'm really here to be tapping in, awakening myself, raising my frequency, fighting this matrix, trying to use anything I can to spread truth and build and create and just raise the frequency of the planet and I self. So, within that being said, peace to all the guys and goddesses of Planet Kai. I'm about to tap out. I appreciate everyone who tuned into the live. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the good energy. And yeah, I wish y'all the best. If you I'm sending y'all good energy. Keep y'all third eyes open. Keep y'all vibrations high. Now we rise. One.